Malungil tutaw. Good morning and welcome to Dotaut. Pia kita malngal tangat alsil sul ko bangget ang kal togubet sul okya karikit. Gagrel dal mal handsome Kevin Mesebeluu malngal get mga malungil larong udol wasan ko kumle bangget al tutaw. Kev au era to mo ala kada di oywiya imol verse Bible emol ko ni pia ko mo open rasyon gid. Verse sa Bible dong nga ra John 14 verse 1. Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. Mang Yesus awa se lakapol kora ubuti ka larang niyo. Ko mo marara Dios, diwaya o mo mararangak. Sa ikita ko first sa dikite, kabong ipiya.
Wow, malungil malusam si. Malungil tu tawe Kevin. Imal mga ulara kang meron. Tao ta kaman nam sawi. Sa offer tayo men memo. Adok mamadang alakaw. Kamu kan o ay sige dira. Briefly kakutang inlagay na background na growing up experience na so mamadang alakaw tayo part of that show.
Man, so the director. Thank you for the verse. That was a really lovely verse. Maka Kevin Mesebeluu. Maka Ngangela Agustin Regina Mesebeluu. And I was born here in Palau, Morascura STA, Morascura Palay School, Morascura Utah, Morascura Taiwan.
Oh,
so
okay.
my focus is in I have expertise in criminal law. At the same time, I have expertise in international business and economics. And so it's weird I ended up in the environment.
Yeah. Expertise
I was actually the second cohort. And we were the very second cohort. So I gave the Alvarian scholarship.
Yes.
Nembring masel pera bela ko to koram na mo kahit mong kita nga kasi diyan ka di mara nga Taiwan ring ko practice di mara everywhere. Everything's so convenient. But what I really found out when I was in Taiwan, Taiwan is a really good partner. Others say mara di waigid. They live in the cities, but at the same time, they live their whole lives in the cities. They raise their kids, the mga maldira, I got community neighborhoods. And so I was really able to integrate Taiwan and school international business.
Mandarin. Oh, malungil.
And then I came back. I used to be able to write and speak and listen. But now I can't write anymore because
practice.
It's a really dedicated craft. It's like the previous guest Sam is an artist. This Chinese calligraphy is an art as well.
Wow.
So you have to practice every day your strokes and everything. I only did it until I could pass.
Yes.
Now that I'm back, I'll take that opportunity.
Malungil.
So when I came back, Ureor, commercial loan analyst in banking, in the BP. Analyze a loan and make projections on how successful they'll be.
Ilan years kung mabanggal NDBP?
That was like less than a year. Also got challenge and actisois we ko subi. Ureor niya ko rin mamsay. Hindi ako mamsay na ko subi ang mamdo rin.
Nagkakaroon mo ko pero so what's the next step?
What's next? What can I learn? How can I contribute?
Exactly.
Makaningin NDBP sige that time former governor amul kayo then minister sa Ngabaw Waraklay masukabira bluman masew.
Moise.
Makuiti abang yung uri maraming kayo makuka Laura Asel Pansay na York State. Maklarsen mol
environment. Sige lang Nora, environment na ka.
So
makanga kom Laura Pansay tramal kayo raseng in the 80s ang 90s era.
So Sarah Quitter na Taiwan is 2013.
Oh, already.
It's like 80s. No, but I think it's 2013 akme or yung abang like 2014. Ako rin Ureor ang 2014 or mo 2016. You know, it was a great program. I got Pansay Tamral learning opportunity for all the kids in Palau.
I see.
So all the kids have aro ko nga ka school bela amla kaya at one point in time tanadwal madalom rang maangal. Kaya kalakar.
Pila malungil to koy. Oo. Malungil.
Maknarse and then cook mo niya te other minister MNRED, Natural Resources at time. Mga kayo minister am national makmo director of Bureau of Tourism.
I see.
Oy, POT. I see. So, how you started first director?
So, akong irong bube am leot.
Oh, okay.
Ang director
Bureau of Tourism.
Bureau of Tourism.
They did a great job. We did a great job. They had a tourism task force. They really went out, made sure our tour guides are telling the right stories. So when I got in there, I gave them saw the regulations,
I see.
how to regulate the industry.
Hindi rin kulungin sa criminal law background taro ka. Man masukal ko analyze
Yeah, well,
regulation.
That's so true. Like, you get into the mindset of why people do things. So why aren't they compliant? And it really helped me figure out how do we move people to better practices through regulations. And it's continued to serve me after Director of Bureau of Tourism, Ureor for this rare. It's right here.
Oh, okay.
So now I work for an international NGO. Di nga tanga staff ng Arbelo.
Rare ang stand for what?
You know, it doesn't.
I mean, it's rare ang kora to kubets. And then, ngaras akmal stand for.
I had the same question.
Oh.
Nobody knows.
Oh,
You know, it originally it stood for it was an acronym for something, but it's just been lost over the time, and I guess branding ay comes or tell NGO tell NGO, they just did away with the whole story because it's just rare. The capital, it's always small letter lowercase.
Way back, eh?
Yeah,
I was here before.
Rare was working in Palau, PCS, yes.
Oh, wow.
So they've always had programs, not always, but you know, they've had programs on and off. Finally, Tokmase, we need a presence in Palau.
Very good. And ako yung manager ni.
Yeah, so
Belao,
sir, last
country
gana
manager.
you know, Belao they are seven may build the relationships. Area project temral.
Maral to koy.
Molo melngar Belao in the long for the long haul got mo career mo. Basta dia really officer gid so. Right now I don't have an office. Ungal tat na ya ta to.
Ngani ako girl mo kay tipong yung memoru laurerin. Ikaw tiyan man mesal was gi-support ta startups man non-profits.
So you're like that. Ngayon yung traloyer. Dialo office. Limita client sa restaurant na makala. Just a mobile.
Just have a mobile office. You just
I say.
For that's good.
Partner nga ka lawyer man dire kan gukti tara file so mga nga lawyers pe.
You know, it's good, but it's really hard. But you don't have a set schedule. Nobody's managing your time. You have to self-manage.
Discipline.
Yeah, that's the most difficult thing. You know, nobody's on your case. You just have to really.
Manage yourself. Awol maktire ka lulingit tara Kevin Almepia. Leng beto ka other belal dekal understand lo siya igal non-profit sa direct to ko Ureor. Non-profit sa business. Mang maral di depende lo sa tirgal adal nga alsel, tirgay OOT lo sa nga Ureor. Marara blu. E nga kamla mesa igal ku klorule ora check out igal website tireng. At yal rera to almost 200 countries.
Yeah.
Rabulul ata ang nga program sa tir.
Makamuay so
So a project rare in Palau is on fisheries actually.
Malungil.
It's specific to coastal fisheries. Tugubet sa igel omngedra marginalized groups or underrepresented groups, women fishers, coastal fishers. Ling, you know, although mentioning and all the support and effort has been to open ocean fisheries.
Artigal di sa alal ko
At training regan makloler ngara irang wal, you know, and seldo mesa gaydele survey household survey data. 50% of household ra babalda ba ultuira fisheries as a secondary source of income. 50% household claim of masoy agi ngara umagi tring support income ro ma'am. And 80% of those 50% are women.
Wow.
Wai si Armando.
Armando mga mala Ureor Korela baby ram kaya me osek la baby le otra these are real stories. So you know, there's been so much talk. I've been to conferences, I went to Glasgow, that COP26,
Yes.
and the interest we should really put more focus on coastal communities. Like, there are at least 50 million people who depend on these coastal fisheries across the
50
world.
million.
Across the world,
Wai si.
and they're the most vulnerable to climate change,
Right.
typhoon, storm surge. And so our project really is how do we organize these women fishers to have a stronger voice. We're always proud of our north and what they do. They're not organized, so there's training to them. That's kind of the thing we want to do with Ayal Bebira communities.
Oh, hindi ka malungi laurere lain. Lendere kal involve para rangal ka. Mlamot telal kukupti titri rangal ka lopan tril mong mamalati mang starting yang etira kuksubi dar maklon marunong. Etiang ko natin lakli ibela rikite Kevin. Ako mesra ta mamel mara makamamtang yal wase ya ikalo ti mamang model mlarsel me dim lakal tila import. Why say?
You know, you're taking the traditional study mura diyan mo tang mura klabe adu adorang musen mura igagid best wa abit camp wa get program museum sel summer kamam sub, you know, these are the things we want to do, and kids are growing up this way.
Mara. Tingura ko ka liliw Tangi tingin mga alges.
Yes.
Seman ang aditi arabilya mga alges. Hindi ka egel ang mga alges. Ako tulungin. Meron ngul asingin pero ganda mga nakabuso. Hindi tamadi makasal ata bro sa igid. That's another.
You know, and they're very vulnerable. I mean, matchin sa remember sa 2012 or 2013 hitabo fara dala maloyok. May other style other share sa game. May other ngaya pingirin nga karigel. To malangigil.
Maldi miltamal.
I get tamal, but you know, you always Mr. Atsen bomriga typhoon nga assessors. But assess supply mamlay.
Why say?
Et yagid adal qotlos turaygal o manged mal bigane dong wortir. At tandi taligi pa ngosuk trending, you know, sometimes they're overlooked.
That's your program.
So we register fishers, register their gear. Lumata ngaya pingir ngayam kikalil air tir and prayer. Alum ngaya clam farmer tir. We want to register them.
Melasan register tir Kevin. Ako register tir mo part of the program mo para sa il support tir.
Yeah, so what's really great about this program is we do you know, every time ngaya project try NGO na realize ni. Pada mura bulum kan ma survey, ma claim vulnerability assessment, ma financial assessment. You know, we're always doing the same thing. So what we did is like, okay, let's get all this information, let's put it online and almost there other state. So every time morula application or you have this data already. You're not starting from scratch. And so that's there already. And then another part of that is you register the fishers, and one ako to close ng sila blue belar that time data on coastal fisheries. There's nothing.
We need data.
So Narabang kan mura apan, kan mura ministry,
marulaw regulation.
Amal bay manongin mong kamlangot tayo.
At yung solo makrar ako
Yes. Yeah, namal mal I'm very blessed. Kaya teledoryo manggela especially Palau with these communities. Malurang sulela governor Paloy, governor malaitaw electoral supportive communities ati.
Mela ko register tir mas state dire kal koramo ol nga sew. Kukuha nga na private sector. Tirakan sa etalo nga sir til mo offshore ba? Kaya kita clam farm.
Oh, absolutely. You know, you want to raise the value of a single clam. Simple, you're 5 talan more tourist. You know, that's great. But, you know, elal time and gather mura stories in tourism. So it increases the value. Mera suma okya ka manam loyok. I want to go on a tour, and we're also working with the state to get the experience of okay. So I'm more game and memo money, open our roster our mas. So you raise the value of that clam from $5 to like $20 or whatever it is they want to charge. So you find ways to
Really added value to the...
You add value to the product.
Along those lines, ang sabi raway tirgay gitan mo nga siyor tiraway amal kayo kaming iwan. Al dira kal kora mo o entrance fees ay gal sir siral so mar turista o soril grapea a film o Mr. Sel Clam Farm.
It's really up to them. You know, you want to put the power in these
Their
people's
hands,
hands. So they make the decisions, they make the rules. They gimer. They have a voice in how they operate their farming. You know, we're moving to a point where disto badiale mo de hacer del produce. So sel akmal matra minister Victor Mafi le wana program tira kale dangar eled. How do we become food secure? Which is great. We just have to.
So now you're working with the state.
We're bangela ngiwan mamal kayo, and at the same time we're bangela ministry.
Okay.
So we're building the actual registry system that
Malungi.
captures the data. So it's in Mafi. And at the state level, the entera data, and it syncs with the Mafi. So we have real, actual data at once.
Mela tirgal ko katerbela e Kevin Lomes at yan programmer ela. Why tirgal nga regal honto o mesang ngira TV. E ako ra sorry mamrulay kay kitol coastal fisheries. Sabi il color ka e mkora mo also sa kartira.
Sure. You know, most likely it'll be the governor. I'll work through the governor first. Nga kanya ka benor po siya de Losoy Mesebeluu, Ureor sa once we have a community meeting. But you know, there's NGOs working right now. At TNC nga ra north, bilang nga ra north nga ra west direct, we ra Mau, we ra nga ra east, PCS nga ra Ureor. So NGOs are actually working on these things now. We just need to make sure we don't duplicate the Ureor.
I see.
By the way, kasi ay kang moklo ang yes mo tigal. Maasal marulay kang tigal.
The
postal kami.
So hindi ka swaggle overpromise under-deliver. That's always been the case sa NGOs and me. Really tiyagi mo around. No. You know, you really want to make sure you're not mula or overpromise sa mga community. Kasi wala kang malilura work mas. You know, if you want to come to Palau, prepare for the long haul. This takes time. Ako to successful campaign ra Mesebeluu although tangali wala sa alid. It took 20 years. So
surpass
ni. So these types of campaigns, within a few years, I'm not change sa perceptions or other omiyet. It just takes time. We're already there. We just need to have the same message. So within 5 to 10 years, tigal, narwad maka na mo ta ngay. Tigal ang ko nga kam lang mo lelak. Tigal nga kaldo si sa kartil, mora abil, morgue, junior angler. These will be the ones who are doing that.
For example, Selbelas alidit. Ang nga kaman na naman istilan. Hindi na kasi mga wala lang na moklol. Magagawin na maniyak campaign na tabako. Antay-tabako mga hindi niya katmam tangan ni selter melena ako hindi ka alborin ito ko
start sel mal magkakaretira mang akmatingal ba sa kablool ko advocate ra social change sel mal ko rin sing mal effective sel mamura nga lagi.
You know, it's just like diwa PCA ergit a head start the brass start ra gerere 3 to 5 basic skills. More transition tin more elementary ngalga ka akman ngat ngalga transition sa tamlo kayo more elementary mara high school
I see. You're a good dad maktira kang mal proud elatyal rare amla mo telal years ngulumo law rare with PCS years ago and DL algo plum country manager ngi rapelaw and officially start ra.
You know, we started in 2019. But we were supposed to like really we were ready to go and then the COVID hit.
I see.
Let's slow down and let the country you know, there was so much work that we were doing. We were ready to roll out, but COVID really put us back.
I see. Melandi coastal fisheries, alubang ngaring ako katalgibal aquacultural sa ML mo.
So we're really working with our other PACA, Palau Aquaculture Association, Arwa Kenneth, Marwa Omar, Marwa Malwert. You know, these guys are serious and they really need help.
Malungit.
And if we just the registry will help these people as well. Like we're looking to find a way to have policy and support the registry.
I see.
And a good way that policy can help these people is, let's look at maram dyan sabi na really preferred buyers and sellers at Mesebeluu.
Oh, marang.
Maobra na po femotra kalem kung sa registered fisher oy o tinakala may kumarang kalem. Awang matra game ra kara restaurant oy ka registered fisher. But the Omar are other registered. Well, that's what we're trying to do.
Tilang manungil Kevin.
Yeah, because I mean, like these guys are one of their biggest problems. That's their biggest problem. They're poaching.
Kaya tira kan mo ngil value.
Yes.
Ma-establish sa ngil value luwase. Waya ko ka ikalurero wapial made in Palau lotrura.
Yes.
Give siya
Yep.
preferred buyers and sellers.
Yes.
And then you're able to certify. I mean, this is part of I think the work that goes into tourism.
I see.
The regulations
I
around
see,
of
I
tourism. You have to authenticate the products. So kung siya marang product or below.
I see.
Authenticate ngigam or authenticate clam. It's the kind of same mentality.
Mangkalatan mo na low malalamaki mga other bello.
And that's a story we want to tell.
Sige naman, muklog literal.
Yeah.
Bukti nga lang yung Mumbai may otra.
Tiyang sir, kamar nga niya sir, sem kaya ka sir, sem. Ang gusto ko sa akin.
Oo.
Ito din kami otra ka clam shells. Well, kami mo may bela paka. Or sel, ikaw clam shells sa Lorel. Ikaw siya ko kasi ikam na sa sel taas. Adra ko may source okay.
Di na kan braklo to talela regulations ma policy. Mo dia kar or ratalong ali de mo.
Kung legitimize yung process marukot to ko mo. We all win.
Marang.
And kami may match na hospital Activo lang sa pala hospital I'm always there. No apologies, but it is what it is. But 6 months out of the year, hindi kasi ito the almon and morai.
Yes.
Lang kita ya.
At Jalselbol onwas sumoda ka sa bedel. People are traditionally other communities around east. Really like inshore fisheries yung sila alam mo.
Ay galgok sabihin kore.
So and because of tourism there's added pressure. Because of pollution there's added pressure.
Why say especially pollution.
Yeah. Marine malumang sedimentation, whatever pollution it is. So you want to have resiliency in our communities and so aquaculture is one. Dakadil game ma sea cucumber. Legal game igal clam farms ma sea cucumber. It's like it's another ecosystem which begins the whole food chain. Increase our productivity legal in shore so.
Ya ko kwa ruwa amang ngari nga gel guk nga hospital ko o kaburs ngari nga ruwan tulo ma.
Oy say mga mandul ma omup. And ngaya other maluture gigidel. The thing it always comes back to there. Do we know how productive it is? Do you know how much we can take out of it? If we don't know, we can't really manage.
Ang gawin lang yung sila, makarula ko pumayaso.
So that's another you walamal. They were very Toriang sulit tigil luyak madaling. Sir wala kang pakro they walul raklay at bakaram no kaya ko order siya kardo. Awang you wala order siya siya makang. Offset at tel cost environmental cost of building the road. But you worked out in the end. Lital ngardo obe el mera osol wasole. Mga mic tel madala balu. So it's all connected rich to reef. Right now we're faced with how do we make this productive. Le Rabenor Amnak Masino is classified as under EQP conservation of EQPB class A or class B. So you can't really do things in there.
Marang kirel mo, kung la mo ngil subi ling kirel balance.
Absolutely.
Le kung mo nga sewra at mo nga ula adya katil lo mga lir makalira kadra karangir. Hindi na kang ngari maluku kultura taatra mata. Hindi ka til kalir, hindi ka lotrawn mera cookie tal ka taatra sabetan maarap pin.
It's really surprising. That's financial motivations. Ding natin sa dynamics or omnged mo you're noticing a lot of mothers taking children out to fish.
Mara.
Not so much fathers, fathers, so di mo na maklolong,
Igel mga taklo mga ra.
but you see mothers like really taking their kids out and ngarap kulan mo ngarap pre o si sakati. So kids are learning how to fish from their mothers. Sorry lobot nila mothers lobot nila mothers ito ko na di kaya bento lobot nila fathers wawak.
Oh, okay.
Fun and games, but the man around Sulira communities to allow NGOs to work with them, and I think
And direkal di ungilan mothers lagi kita pela ako ang pasar sa alam to kardil. Mangidil to karaw re Kevin ay katol tu pa. Erangal ka kukmasube. Ang katokora kuk maral mo mga myself first part ang kaya ko na kuk mat just personal kinalak lang ara ka or pasam share pamla share school kada madingal ba say you're that ang kaya ko ra ngot ra kuk kora background ra ka some share
especially for young people. Education.
Kaya ko ra service ra gid kuk inspire
we're living in such a fortunate time. You have access to information like that.
Whatever
it is you want to do, you can just go online and find it out.
On your phone,
on your computer, on your tablet, whatever it is you want. So, with all of this information, how do you determine what's best for you? I found myself like when I'm faced with a dilemma, I really go back to nature.
I see.
Interested like with all these crazy things, well, dial it back. Pumalilak like mo sa nga kangarbe. Taldang okra bela, tigi mo kasag akal bulu.
Yak almost sergid.
In this COVID, that happened. I think naman nawin ako
blessing in disguise.
Take stock of ourselves.
It's amazing how people have responded to the COVID. You work with entrepreneurs, Irene. Can you imagine how many entrepreneurs have been coming out because of this COVID situation? So it's really a blessing for us, I think.
Speaking of that, seldalutal megal almutul motat sa expertise raul direkal ma-apply rare. El Ureor nga employees lobangem Ureor lumaka ko ra contractor at.
So I do contract people as needed.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that time I contract, and I always want to contract the youth malung other community. Hotel nges matera di all morti. O nga mora other professionals.
Oh, okay. Mata ka take a break, el mutul continue.
Okay.
Ay makadukluwat merat Dotaut Kevin nakakiman merang ma'am luase ka first talguk NGO lorotra NGO to ko Ureor dire mebang kama mara Dotaut mo ay say kalurerem makakukam ko ra mo smart igel mo talbotokol ko talent tangil igel lungil sen radios skills ra matalent sa blabo mo spare tial rare.
Hindi ako kamusula. I do work for Rare, but at one point in time, I figured out I want to do my own thing.
Entrepreneur at heart akong kaso.
I've done some business, but I really wanted to start my own NGO. So last year I did that. I started my NGO. So after I started my NGO, I was able to go to COP26 anybody can start an NGO, but you have the right vision and mission. maulak peso almora COP26 sa Glasgow, Scotland. Mas halak nga igal, mutal mission, ma-visionar kan mo siya kung atel.
Si Rabululat?
Rabululat.
Oy, okay.
Akserak po maramlo amazed na igal. Hindi sila adong nga igal conference. Ling nga ni sa atel el conference of the parties, a conference, talks about the SDGs and talks about the goals for climate change. So I want to learn what's going on in the conservation space. Several match activities na Belau ma international. So there's two components. Kaya activism ma bureaucracy. I call it bureaucracy. Like I got
reporting.
So it doesn't sound exciting, but it's necessary.
Of course.
Akmaran na nga the North Tagida conference like poing kada mo bureaucracy mo tamran mo skarite. Toreng sa aldo mabiyer mga you just cross the river to the next zone. Tagida ko stories. Kada mo di sois vital area nga yapek pa nga NGOs. Kada may sa stories one story gisa mal powerful. Dia actual video black capture ba cellphone imol adam nga rainforest soldier dragging him away. Bilak kasi he was just trying to protect the forest. So you see this type of stories that people standing up to big corporations and illegal of logging, mining.
Wait, tirgan mara South America.
Absolutely.
Mo kalay kare marula ranches and umgarula karbo.
So and they're taking indigenous lands, and the problem is they don't have the support system alwa Pacific. We're very fortunate. We have the expertise, we have the partners that support us. So mission
you forest, you get the ocean.
They're big green states.
Yes. With a big blue.
So the name of my NGO is Chris Alliance, Climate Resilient Island Societies. Our focus is in Diwatel Mororingi, I mean tell Ureor. It's making a platform for you to have a voice in that next level.
Youth?
Yes, mostly youth, and I think the youth is where the energy is.
So that's good.
Yeah. Well, youth is, I think to me, youth is anything. If you feel youth, you're youth. Kaya ka exclude lagi nila. That's a great.
So that's the next level.
So let's just lower.
Coastal fisheries.
Retirement age mo 55. Retire mo entrepreneurs. You guys have, I think, you're in a better position, and you have the confidence to actually become entrepreneurs. Anybody over 50 or 55, there's a missing gap. Like youth, I get entrepreneurs. No. I'm retired, I'm entrepreneur.
Hindi ka lang dire ulama pia mga kakuraw lumo ortial programa. Di omes ortial kla ibela orgit. Yang ka kotal mo ret sa dire kal kura mga worldwide kal to kura culture, lang museum. Magi blo ka story was sera nga ramong airbag la tatim ki sa tutang nga ureri. Edim la kal necessary was ta adra government ta adra shopay ta adra NGO that they were doing something. Bekla ka di, rangal kal man mutar maklo. Kau makadira kal amla school kamri kal baliwa krablay at akatimle kung kimam iway be. Pero kita mamri na biya. Bekla ka timla niya already. Kada pangara na.
Why say? NGO ka man
So
then Rare comes in.
And then Rare comes in. Well, I started with Rare, and then I opened up this NGO.
May la ko root taglong ka. Tiya ko mal Ureor. Okay, tiya git sel go part NGO giremen mal mosmodi. Le other bella always el NGO ngaring ya accountant 13 ngaring ya bookkeeper makara la report. Gere mismo din mongin marado bela mo understand was in real business.
Ko the malangal tanga ngaring ya gal grants wa India grants ma NCD. And I think these are what tulungil head for starting NGOs le reporting and is very straightforward and to the fact. So I recommend people who want to be entrepreneurs or open their NGOs, start with these smaller grants and help build our basic skills. Learn basic Excel accounting. That's all you need. Get into it, use Excel, and then once you figure out, I don't recommend getting to QuickBooks right now.
Why saying mal complicated?
Get in there and then learn the basics. Once you learn the basics, na mo Apple help per
Why
if you don't know the basics, you're just relying on more technology.
Oo, inti tilang malklo tutala lang maral ngari are tel ngari terial buk mura komi. El soril organize themselves so
Yeah.
tataran
Okay.
milil
Yeah.
kasi kadmuro ako mil mamra kem uo basket barbecue so they have activities.
I'm not a conservative. Lord knows I really am not a Republican. Ako Governor DeSantis or DeSantis or Florida. He came up with really two crazy laws. One, don't say gay anywhere in the state. It's really crazy. But the second one is, abes el test rangal before ato da scooter na madul madali akong pungrawa credit rating rangak, how to maintain a credit rating, how to get a loan, how to become entrepreneurship.
Yeah,
So
entrepreneurial
for high
programs.
school, can you imagine, instead of just saying you need an SAT score of this, no, you need to be able to have life skills.
Yeah,
That's
learn
amazing.
how to manage your savings account.
Absolutely.
Budget.
Kami machina daw ngun mera high school.
Yes,
Or up to high school na amdo apply a loan.
Oo.
Na amdo file a tax.
Oo.
Especially just budget talurin. Hindi ka nga papisisin grants may
Yep.
hindi may mamamlirin. They should.
Yeah, that's it.
Yang
Yes.
story of WIOA ngway saying gira dun
Yes.
ral legal bela so mo ko real labantari dar you the
Yeah.
please encourage at tiral IQ.
And these youth are smart. They just need direction.
Ngway say. Oo, ya to raw real ramral en kampasaro kuy. NGO arwa ka for profit business ni rogul di involve ba numbers ma to raw do ma at to raw real. Hindi ako korason mal di sharing il mora other bela wase ay galurial moru lang ngari ako kora mo benefit tiakal til porar ar makasay kora mortial balu ngani ata subiring in mortial balu mor mata aldoran mor mata
As I get older, namot tiligi kora tempera expectations nga.
why say you
You know,
live and
you always
learn.
want to save the world and do as much as you can.
Especially balwat
Especially where we're coming from, the communities we grew up in. But aknamti ngik mas as I'm growing older and my two daughters are getting older, I'm moving some of that passion and lomasteri.
why say
Like if you can only do so much by yourself. But if you teach your kids well and they grow up, maybe they can continue your work after you're done. And it's really hard right now, especially this day and age, because I do so many things. And I have my NGO. I work for an NGO, kahit para state government thing. This year is the 25th anniversary of Ngardok Lake.
oh wow
25 years in 1997 na December in Milgot Mokon mo protected area. And this is the 25th year. So
mal der ka cloreal mararingi
Malior, Mawais, and we have activities throughout this whole year. Every month we have 2 or 3.
rangardo
Rangardo, for example, we did di ko mamreka Earth Day. Ayos to our ocean, maranga kamnakal di bram kayo. They had like a full weekend of activities.
why say
Di ko mamreka fishing derby, di ko mamreka agingar night market. There's so many different things that's going on in Maluyok. So, tiso ka lois at masay, Maluyok, Ngardog is successful. Not really because of great laws or anything.
No, it's the community.
It's a community effort to
say.
magti. And so I think I just wanted to emphasize that before we kind of move on. Masabela are unique in a way that it's not how much money you put into a project. It's if the community is willing to back this project,
why say
that's when it gets done.
til ay mal klibela ang community kita rogul makaloreo
Absolutely.
etarmud et makaloreo ang tiakal no many is an island sekmal lultaw
Hindi man ako talagang tangat. You can consider yourself kamal tangat man yung schoolem adrabli madina kamal madal sa kaul.
why say
Growing up yung malgaya cook from you kasi sharing in margaya otherwise magkulto tayo school and then reporting and passionate ka makukura o ay sa audience malo mesel wasi mal gire del mal mol mal ngarte gire del tretele yaka hotel mal aswara ngal kem
family
mal blessed with your daughters ma adrabli mal madira kam sisi help para community sige na so that picture mal ngol ngin mal
marang
mal mabitang sa din stila to kam kira adal matamal in their 20s mral
wise makita ko talir
we have a future uphold the tell community gid maklabela gid mal di makasay kul ade matamral ni yakara so dam ko ang usti ay gid mo sharing mo na why
Every single person matters.
why
Every single person matters.
nga moktek
You know, you may not see it, but you matter.
of course
man kamsulang Kevin ang shertila o ilang aktire kalwasang LL mo mesbela LR time mo mesel gukmor matat etial babel bang Michael outlying states hindi kal dire kal mal moklo to talel ang gira dalo mer etial Ureor hindi ka din nga alsel Ureor el marko ang gira lober
I am so excited for the next 25 years.
o may ka mal di mo exercise um sisi abot
Yeah, hopefully I'll be there, but you know, there's so many good things coming out. Like I got passionate. In fact, a museum, what you guys are doing, these are great things. We just need time to sink in. You just keep sharing this message, stay positive, and I think within 25 years, the murder message at the
sige dulu tu le rupa ka bek time aman club to tele may til maybe I guess the ocean sel ne museum los irma tu urtit men gal adra Curaçao from the Caribbean was it I came here and I found happiness through your people, how you act, how you interact with us, hospitality kami. Again, lang sa isel mo na may experience sa sige hospitality other bela, you know, I feel other bela wasi. Palau is a gift other bela to the world. You otira blue other wasi. Sen may you're with nature, with this beautiful environment. Yeah, come on, there is God that created us.
I see.
That you matter.
Ang kang kita Kevin wasi maral moklol at ang lamo mal aswar ngil waseng maral kwaswal mokmetra nature amaring kita other bela eral me Christianity kita already naring
natural men
a nature maring ako ra
finer
kita
baka di mo kulata ko di mo bolot kia makaruwa ko sel kira bui o mesi maso ngara plantang rapla ko mesa karige o rei sagel gradasyon kita you know as you grow older you learn to you try to identify with
ay gel wista mamararing ngil dio mesa tial karige man marang oy mang akmal loreng alwase awrede Omer kay galungit tokol moru lel mortial restaurant maela ka nga ramal kayo kamangiwalan ting maloreng mo sa momer karingi mortial babal tabaroki
you know we're very fortunate
outlying states
we're very fortunate that we have people like Ivan Ureor at TNC Mayarwa and na senyora Abi Mayarwa Lolita Mawajan Titong ra PCS there's a lot of good people in this work we just want to acknowledge them and support them and also other you know we never want to duplicate or conflict work so kadamran fortunate there's these other NGOs working in other states for the same goal and the goal is to strengthen coastal fisheries that's the underlying goal
ela tirgal gukora pepir adal mo lang sertil guk mo soril mo okor o shobay ko ay sa amal gukora helper tiles ela kung daswe rapia dire kal ngora nga ring opportunities and sometimes ang merigit ang UNESCO ILO el de helper adal mo learn ako business skills mo at least hindi ka dilo clam farm lalo bang ang fisheries di mortit guk mo ula livelihood lang imis ko to kar atal gutya ka lang arael why ka ma'am makakiti pender tirgal mo to ay gal gukureri mang tial pela amo nga ring itay gidel sento ko raul saso alam ti mo marara alsen. Oh, letir kay gito lo mo il kami ol nga serti sel sal mal mo muto et tala ko masub il hay letir kel ko rabe pil los pe Ureor. Al mo bantari lo Ureor enguk marala business at tin mo klo. Enguk maaring nga ko ra online marketing tala mo mga tangi kale katol sa kartil vacuum pack export. Hindi ka malo at tiyal iya ka nami Hindi nga al selvela o mo.
You know, that's a great point. Ela, kung may sabaw, fina mo sa mga tangi.
Oo.
You know,
Kamla sold out ra.
sold out.
Oo, man bare.
Arada man appreciate. Can you imagine sila before ito nga ra kadimera bela uk marail. Mal di melo si Aigel. Sa di melo tura suitcase mal o
Right,
Oo, oy.
It's better to send it through the mail.
They said the same.
Vacuum bag eh.
Oo,
Oy, malumi.
Emiling, igali, makikilan, maklong yun.
Yagi dala wa, ikan maklo wa kaskas ma.
It's better
tuna.
to do
O nga kamal soksel pol nga ringisel ko ra. Kayam to our regulation kala mo nga sutarir. Sel mo ringisel ko ra made in Palau.
Oh yeah.
Al stamp palwaya ang sabi atal mga smoke fish ra Norway. Nga raman tikal sabi atal kukma smoke fish ra Palau.
of tourism.
Oh,
So, yeah.
smoke fish ra Palau ko ra. Lolia sel value ringi Kevin. Lengil made in Palau man tikatil tial ngi kan mawreri tikal atan mo si sak.
Now they made in Palau, caught by fishermen.
Why say?
Sustainably.
Para delicatessen value.
Alam mo mo to ka NGO di Marmarbelaw. Ay gaya gina, belaw gina, the protect the nature, mga culture gina.
Ako kung titira artist ra museum, ilang to ra design ay gal ko ra ungil pa si LI ka
It's
label.
a collective effort. We should all be involved in it and
Moring
share this
already ra
idea.
bekla moring well ayaman lang ko ra pepper roast so mo make sure hindi ka dito mo roast.
If you keep thinking it and dreaming it,
Dotaut.
you will achieve it.
Why say?
Don't stop.
Oh, oy.
Hindi siya gina, so dalo ko mo ay sila kuk experience na ka mag club to trela school.
Yeah.
Club to trela o malus. O mo kau tem na mga kap 26. E may isa ta NCO na ka. Because of your background, the critical thinking, especially na lang saan, ang gawin siya ito kung nakakal saan, may lagi dalo yun.
Sometimes it seems like it's a lot there, but it's not really not a lot. Amadi mo doon clue mas okay. If I want to get there, this is what I need to do. And doesn't matter how long it takes. If you just keep going, go for it.
Mga rin nga pa pinata ko kulura eskal ka mamot at urang ka school.
No.
Nga ka matingi rangaligay makotol ko ra self motivated makotol ko ra amatir to sa tala ko ra alutar antis ang haway hindi man nga rin rangal kal they need inspiration from people like you. Kung bukti mo ra classroom may OI so say ngaraki marule tira mo inspired there's still ang bigyan kanal atatir ko si ke PR selva say who am I, what can I do ngaraseng garang kalbits ka kapios.
No, I would welcome any invitation to speak to the youth. But I'm a bit of a realist. Silmodora youth there. You don't shelter them from too many things. You just tell them straight.
Honestly,
This is what you expect growing up, and if you need to make a decision now on the type of life you want to live. Do it now, as early as you can do it. Decide and then start working towards there. Don't wait. There's no time. I used to think there was time. No, there's no time.
Marang. Nga ka malumaral wase sel mo ko ringi. Everyone matters sel hindi me laat. Nga rin nga mokte karatyo sa gilel-gil.
Absolutely.
Tekal sab ela di imol ader mula ro kuy. Maul makatakarow sa tiyo sa malom sarangul wase ngo kakaraw sa to
uri kita. Compliment each other.
Kay nga seul. Aki ko ramal masaw tay kay kita expertise ra undi ka ko ra ngot expertise ra ko sa man share el arata na undi el wasa kam tay to ko ra Mandarin. Masumudok mo ko ra uspe anyes. Katating wa Kevin al mem ko ra translate tal gide ta kay kita.
I haven't been practicing enough, but I will give it a shot. No, actually, Team South are here, but I also, when I get some time for myself, I like to practice poetry. So I'm trying.
Really?
I'm trying to learn
So,
haiku.
sige ako artistic ka.
Yeah, so outlet
Nice. Please,
when I do
more,
have
more,
when I do
more.
have time, I try to write haiku actually.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
so it's
Kapag sa ating nga haiku poetry.
so haiku is a very simple poetry structure. It came from Japan, and it's just there's really poetry is it's difficult. There really aren't rules, but there are rules. So haiku is very simple. It's 3 or 5 lines,
I see.
and then like sentence structure would be 5 or 7 words within that structure.
Wow.
And you're really using less words
Oh, I see.
to describe a feeling, an emotion, or a
You have some
scenery.
that we will mo, sir.
Oh no, I'm not. There's nothing I'm ready to share.
Kakoral, secretly, mangungudol first,
That's
tapos yan
great.
manuscript
Yeah,
taringi.
I try to do it in Chinese and in Palau. So,
Wow.
Ah, malungin.
Yang malungil. Tila ako talungil lang. Kakora, o labot
Yeah.
tablo language.
well, I don't know why I shared it. That's kind of
No, actually, ngayon kita other ako na siya, sige a poetry book and then ang wala na sa Valentine sa kabaw. Pag so it's out of print. Iligi mo send na kapila ka ko.
Kung last ka na rin, hindi. At least in digital.
And I got poetry again Val sa kabaw. At a time when he was growing up, siya pasayban and my God, experiencing during the 70s, very long mahuk. Mal club to tell mal get encourage up to ko.
Oh, and dire kalkora mo rin isel part rin history Lalo sa mga kumulo sa ikan
Pero same
parela.
time
Ang kukos nga marela time. Why say? Ya kaman masaw le Kevin. Nakato ko ra maral mi raw lubongon mga mapiyaw un magidire kalwaseme to rurat yan program. Dotaut at yal tokor belaw lwase put things into action.
yep.
Implement. Mandiya ka dito sa ating kiredal mal encourage, inspire atin mo masis. Il atar bela, tim lang ses nga ramon merela. May ang pol pati kay kitol kuknit sa tir e bolorula to ko raw rayor. El algo ko na timete el level pong and sa emal ko kal nga ring nga raw do swemel inspire tirgelo mesra to tauter el alto tau. Oh, el kwasama bol guklomes el daswo.
There's so many great inspiration material out there that within arm's reach anybody can just go out and get those. What's been really helpful for me in terms of the work I do is really the great relationships I have with leadership, my community. I think simran naso bakla karamal butol toy. And if it's not just relationship one way, it's both ways. Demonstrate that you bring something to the table and you can help, and in turn you get the support you need for whatever event you want to do. Sige that one winning formula black tigingi to at Mesebeluu, and in general life as well.
Yes.
Build and maintain relationships. Sometimes you just want to be alone, fine, but be honest with those relationships. I think.
Oh, the business of always say, it's who you know, not what you know.
That's. It's true. It's true.
Relationships
It's so
ang
true.
mal maklot to.
Kami makasal mali ada biak maral klot to sen you ko mendingan wasi rata matang. Kasi eman hurt that sibo ko duli atoy kami silo si tiyan dia ka hurt tinggal ang say growing up aklam tingin wasi. Ya maral dia ka hindi mo ko to ko.
Kasi ang apple mo ka tinggal mo say kasi ikaw the mang oy.
Be nice to each other all the time.
Yes, be nice. That's great advice. You never know what's going on. Just be nice.
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
Oy, kaman masawle
No,
Kev.
you guys are great. Thank you so
Nagimal
much.
el ako ko ngutya gidal Dotaut tal meraw lebo nga el Dotaut. Emol mat kay gidal lolo ko Kevin e pian was our relationship cycle mal lang o suwidra lang arangil. Ngurelo magala ka men so engay yatar all taw tay kalurior mo. Kamal masawla.
Thank you so much.
Ako kukmong ako pal sa mul mugtal me ko wise.
Absolutely.
No.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bolo I say.
Suso lang so much.
Oh,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Maybe I'll share poetry next time. I don't know.
Yes,
yes.
yes too.
Haiku.
Hi, Kira next time.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for watching.